Today I'm going to talk to you about knee health and building strong knees, building steel knees. So what that looks like right now, if you have pain going up and down stairs, you feel like, hey, I can't squat because squatting is bad for my knees. Those are all, that's not normal. That's not what we want out of our life. We want to live life to the fullest. And that means having a healthy body. That means building stronger legs, stronger knees. So if you've had any type of injury in the past, ACL, MCL tear, you've been released from the hospital, or you had a broken femur or patellar tendon issue, or you broke your actual patella, the bone, and now you're like, hey, I want to regain my life. I want to be able to run, walk, go upstairs without having to worry, be able to sit down, stand up. I want to be able to work out again. Then this program today is going to be built just for you. Hey guys, so first off, we talked about our stretching or strength training. We need to talk about stretching too, and that's going to be that prerequisite, is regaining some of that mobility that we maybe had before the injury. So first off, first stretch is going to be a good hip stretch, glute medius stretch. What I'm going to want to do is take my right leg, if I want to stretch my left side, take my right leg and cross it over. So I'm going to step right over, and then I'm going to lean this hip out, my left hip towards the left, and my body's going to naturally go to the right. I'm going to feel tension here in the glute medius muscle. That's going to be that side of the hip, and that's going to pull directly on what's called your IT band. It runs down the side of your thigh, the outside of the thigh, and connects into your knee, the patella. And if that kneecap is such a small part of your body is being overpowered by that tight glute medius muscle, big muscle in that IT band, it's going to cause a lot of pain. So we got to get rid of that pain first before we can start strength training. You got to build on a strong base. Two more important stretches that we're going to have to do will be sitting down. First off, we come down to the ground. We want to be able to see that we have full range of motion in our knee. So I actually had a knee injury to my left knee. That was way back, about 10 years ago now almost. And I had another injury to my left side too on my femur. So I had a torn meniscus, totally healed now, thank God. And then I had a chipped femur about a year and a half ago. So first thing you want to do is assess, like, hey, do I have, this is 180 degrees here, so it's straight. Do I have the ability to bring my knee all the way in, so now it makes a 0 degree? There's no space there. If that's a no, we got to work on that, right? So we got to work on just going through that full range of motion, squeezing your quad muscle, and then bringing it in and try to, it's going to feel uncomfortable if you don't have that mobility. Even me, I feel a little tightness in my knee. It's just from leftover scar tissue. And we want to break that away and open that up as much as we can. Something that will help build or kind of break up some of that space is going to be a quad stretch. So I'm going to do this laying down. I'm going to lay on my belly. And as I do that, my goal here is going to be to bring my heel to my butt. I'm going to grab my hands here and I'm going to get that stretch. Notice my hip is a little off the ground, a little elevated. I'm going to feel that stretch right on the center of my quad, the front of that thigh, right in here, this space here. Now you might be saying like, hey Jordan, I can't even reach my foot behind my back like that. And that's fine. I used to not be able to do that either. And that's why I brought out this band today. That's why if you have a shower towel at home or a belt, you can loop your foot around in it and help that stretch along. So I'm gonna wrap my foot here, and then I'm going to now bring that foot in without having to grab my foot if you don't have that flexibility. And now I can get that stretch the same way. I'm feeling it right on that inner thigh. Like I said, you can use a shower towel, belt at home, anything that can wrap around that foot and bring it in. All right, guys, so the first exercise I'm gonna show you is something that you can do at all levels. Depending on your range of motion, it'll look a little different. So it's gonna be a wall sit, or in my case, it's gonna be a tree sit. So I'm gonna bring my back up against my big tree here, and I wanna be able to sit down. My goal is to get hips in line with my knees here, and my knees right over my ankle here. If I could do that, that's great. I can really feel the work in my quads, want to maximize that. If you're not there yet though, you want to come up a little higher, especially if you just dealt with an injury, you don't have that range of motion to get down there yet, and that strength, that's fine. Put that flat back against that tree, butt against the tree too, good posture. Now my knees, once again, I bring my feet in close underneath my knees, that heel, and I want to feel all that work in the quads. Now, let's say if you're not dealing with injury, but you're just here watching this video, one thing that you can do to mod up, if you feel like, hey Jordan, I can sit in this low wall sit all day, bring it to a one leg wall sit. Bring one leg out nice and far, straight, and get that knee right over your heel and feel all that work in that quad. It's gonna build up a lot of strength there and have benefits, especially if you did have an injury and now you're more advanced. You wanna be working on that one-legged wall sit. All right, so next up we're gonna have hip abduction, or a straight leg raise, but it's gonna be from the side. So what I'm gonna wanna do when I do this, I'm gonna get down nice and low, I'm gonna lift, try to squeeze that glute med muscle, the one we stretched in the beginning, and bring that leg straight up. At the top, I'm squeezing right in there. Now, you gotta work on the straight line. So naturally, we wanna cheat and start doing like in front and then bring it up and like, oh, Jordan, that's easy. We wanna keep it back in line. So one thing I can have you do is take off your shoes, have socks on, and do it on a wall, and have that sock slide up and down the wall. And do not let your leg, the back of your hamstrings, the thigh, and that foot, the heel, come off the wall at all. Move up and down, 30, 40, 50 reps. Try to get that burn until you just can't do it anymore. Try to walk afterward. It's gonna feel a little weird, but we're gonna be building up that strong muscle. All right, guys, so next up we're gonna have something called a monster walk or a monster shuffle, and that's where we need something called a TheraBand. So I got a couple different options here, but basically they usually comes in packs of 3, moderate, light, and heavy. Start with the light one, work your way up, swallow your pride, and do the move right. All right, so I'm gonna get into a squat. I'm gonna have my knees kind of over my shoelaces, my feet are flat, the band is tight, and it's gonna stay tight. So it means I take one step out, take one step in. The band never comes closer than where it started. It's a little wider and a little shorter, a little wider, a little shorter. Keeping that constant tension in the band as I shuffle back and forth, taking anywhere from 10 to 20 steps to the right, 10 to 20 steps to the left, or set a distance. And I'm gonna go the length of my room, facing the same way, back and forth. Do 4 rounds of that to help build up those muscles that we need to stabilize the knee. All right, guys, last 2 moves we're gonna talk about today are gonna be a chair sit and then a chair step up. The chair sit's gonna help load those quads and build up your ability to squat properly without pain. And then 2, that step up's gonna build the muscles we need in order to have that strength and stability in our knees. All right, so first off, with the chair sit, as you go down, I'm gonna have my legs against the chair or against the wall so I can't cheat. I'm gonna lead with that butt going back, have that strong posture, feel the stretching in the glutes, the hamstrings as you go down, and then push those heels to the ground, step right back up. Now, say if you're already past this point, you don't have an injury, you're ready to move on, you can always hold a weight by that chest, or you can bring it down to one leg, would be more beneficial. You get more of that stability training. Coming down on that one leg, trying to keep the knee right over your shoelaces, no cheating, feet are flat, right, heel never comes up, and then come right back up off the wall. All right, guys, and that second move being that step up, we're going to want to take a flat foot straight up onto the wall, onto your bench, onto your chair, and push the same way you did for your squat, that heel down through the wall, feel the stretch in the back of your leg, the glute, and then right up, and then step right on down. I want to try and get about 10 reps like this on one leg before going back down. Now to pick the right size stair or step, you want it to be a challenging height to where you can bring that leg straight up and you're not doing the Michael Jackson over it. Your foot's not kicking out wide. You're able to step straight up, right? If you're not have the ability to step straight up to hike that knee without cheating, then pick something a little lower and work your way up. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope this video solves a real problem for you. If you're someone who's letting pain limit your life right now, we want that to end, right? I want you to be able to pick up your kids off the ground, to be able to hang out with your friends on the weekends, to play sports again, to lift weights, and to be able to hang out with your grandkids in an active way, right? I want you to have that freedom in your life. So take these stretches seriously, take these exercises I showed you seriously, put them into your daily routine, and build a stronger, more stable knee and more stable, more enjoyable way of life. Now, if you're someone who needs a little more help, reach out to me personally. You can message me on Facebook, Instagram, J Riding Fitness. Facebook, it's just Jordan Riding, or just message me in the comments below. Comment on this video on YouTube, and I'll be able to get in touch with you and guide you through and build a program just for you, all these steps.